Do not ignore this moment. Do not let it pass by as something small, something ordinary, something you can return to later, because, my beloved, what is placed before you right now carries a quiet significance that your heart can already feel, even if your mind is still trying to understand it. This is not about urgency and fear. It is about urgency in tenderness, a gentle calling, a soft invitation that is reaching into a place within you that has remained open, a place that still remembers, still longs, still holds love that time has never erased. You have lived many days. You have carried many responsibilities. You have stood strong through seasons that required more from you than anyone ever truly saw. You learned how to keep moving forward, how to care for others, how to hold your emotions in a way that allowed life to continue. But there are moments, quiet moments, especially as the day begins to close, when your heart returns to something deeper, to someone deeper, to a presence that once filled your life in a way nothing else ever could. And you miss her. Not always in words, not always in visible ways, but in the silence, in the small memories, in the way certain thoughts return without warning. You have wondered, even if only for a second, what it would feel like to see her again, to hear her voice, to feel that familiar warmth that only she carried. You may not speak it aloud. You may not even allow yourself to dwell on it too long, but it is there, gently resting within you. And this is why this moment matters, because what you open right now, what you allow your heart to receive right now, is not just information, it is connection. A connection that is not forced, not imagined, but invited in a way that aligns with something already alive inside you. Tonight is not just another night. It holds a possibility, a quiet doorway, a moment where something meaningful can reach you in a way that feels real. Pause here with me. Let your breath slow. Let your heart soften just a little. If you feel that longing within you, type "I am open to this moment." Let it be your gentle yes, your quiet acceptance of what may come. My child, I know you are careful with your expectations. I know you have learned not to hold on to hope too tightly, especially when it comes to things that feel beyond your control. You have experienced enough in life to understand that not everything happens as we wish, and so you protect your heart. You keep your emotions steady. You allow yourself to remember, but not too deeply. But tonight, I am not asking you to protect your heart. I am asking you to open it, just enough, not in a way that overwhelms you, not in a way that brings back pain, but in a way that allows something gentle, something peaceful, something familiar to come near again. Because what you experience tonight will not come from force. It will come from openness, from a quiet willingness to receive what has been waiting for the right moment. And that moment is now. Do not overthink it. Do not question it too quickly. Simply stay present, stay aware, stay open. Because what you choose to receive in this moment, what you allow your heart to welcome right now, will shape what reaches you tonight. And this time, my beloved, it will come in a way your heart will recognize. This night holds something personal, something that has been kept gently aside, something that has not been forced upon you, something that has waited patiently, quietly, until this exact moment where your heart is ready to feel it, without confusion, without fear, without resistance. My beloved, not every night carries the same weight. Not every moment holds the same meaning. But this one, this very night you are stepping into, is different in a way that your spirit can already sense. It is not loud, it is not overwhelming, but it is deeply personal, because it is connected to something you carry within you, something that has never fully left you, something that time has softened but never erased. You have learned how to live with that quiet space inside your heart, the space where memories rest, where love still exists even without presence, where feelings return in the most unexpected moments, gentle yet powerful. And I know, my child, You do not always allow yourself to stay in that space for too long. You have responsibilities. You have people who depend on you. You have learned to keep your emotions steady so you can continue being strong. You have taught yourself how to move forward, how to focus on what is in front of you, how to carry on even when something inside you still looks back. But tonight, I am not asking you to look back. I am inviting you to receive, because what this night holds is not meant to pull you into sadness. It is not meant to reopen wounds. It is meant to bring a moment of connection, a moment of peace, a moment where something familiar can reach you again in a way that feels gentle, not heavy. And yet, there is something you must understand. It will not force itself into your life. It will not push through if your heart is closed. It will not stay if you dismiss it too quickly. This is why I am speaking to you now, because this moment, this opportunity, is passing softly, like a quiet breeze, present but not demanding. And if you are not aware, if you are not open, it may move past you without you realizing what it carried. Pause here with me. Do not rush ahead. Let this feeling settle within you. If you are willing to receive what this night holds for you, type "I am open to receive." Let it be your gentle invitation for what is waiting. My beloved, I know you are careful with your heart. I know you have learned to protect yourself from disappointment, from longing that feels too deep, from hoping for something that may not come. You have built a quiet strength, a way of living that allows you to function without depending on moments like this. But this is not about depending. This is about allowing something meaningful to reach you, allowing a moment that has been prepared with care to unfold, allowing yourself to feel without fear of loss, without fear of it disappearing too quickly. Because what is meant for you tonight will not harm you. It will comfort you. It will bring a sense of closeness that your heart has missed in ways you have not always spoken about. And as this night continues, as you move closer to rest, as your mind begins to quiet and your thoughts begin to soften, what you have allowed in this moment will begin to shape what you experience. Not by force, not by effort, but by openness. So do not close your heart now. Do not let this moment pass as just another part of your day, because this night holds something personal, something gentle, something meaningful, and it is waiting for you to receive it before it quietly passes by. You have missed them more than you say, more than your words could ever fully express, more than your actions ever reveal to the world around you. My beloved, there is a quiet place inside your heart where that feeling lives. Not loud, not always visible, but steady, present, woven into your days in ways that even you sometimes do not stop to notice, because you have learned how to carry it. You have learned how to live your life while holding that space within you, how to continue your responsibilities, how to care for others, how to show strength, even when a part of you still longs for something that cannot be seen, something that once felt so real, so close, so natural in your everyday life. And I see it. I see the way it rises in the quiet moments, not in the busy hours of your day, not when you are surrounded by others, fulfilling your duties, speaking, moving, doing what needs to be done, but in the stillness, when everything slows down, when the noise fades, when you are left alone with your thoughts. That is when it comes, softly, gently, a memory, a feeling, a presence that is no longer physically there, yet still deeply alive within you. You may not speak it aloud. You may not even allow yourself to stay in that moment for too long, but it is there, in the way your heart tightens slightly, in the way your eyes soften, in the way your thoughts drift without warning. You miss them, not just in big ways, but in the smallest details, in the things no one else notices, in the way you wish you could share something with them, in the way you sometimes imagine what they would say, in the way certain moments feel incomplete without their presence. And because you have lived through so much, because you have carried responsibilities, raised others, supported others. You have learned to keep that feeling quiet. You tell yourself, I have to be strong. You tell yourself, life must go on, and it does. But that does not mean the missing disappears. Pause here with me. Let yourself feel this without resistance. If you recognize this quiet longing within you, type I still carry their love. Let it be your gentle acknowledgement of what remains in your heart. My child, I do not see your strength as the absence of feeling. I see it as the way you continue to love even when the presence you long for is no longer physically beside you. I see how you have learned to hold both, your responsibilities and your memories, your strength and your longing, your forward movement and your quiet moments of looking back. And I want you to understand something deeply. Your missing them is not weakness. It is connection. A connection that has not been broken, only changed in form. And those quiet moments, the ones no one else sees, the ones where your heart becomes soft and reflective, those are not moments to push away. They are moments where something meaningful still exists, something that time cannot erase. You have not lost what you shared. You carry it. And tonight, in this very night that is unfolding, those quiet feelings, those hidden emotions, those unspoken longings, they are not rising without reason. They're part of something that is gently drawing closer, something that meets you in that exact space where your heart still remembers. So do not hide from it now. Do not close yourself off from what you feel, because what you have been carrying quietly is about to be met in a way your heart will recognize. There were nights you hoped to see them again, even if you did not say it out loud, even if you told yourself it was just a passing thought, even if you tried to push it away before it grew too strong. My beloved, I saw those moments. I saw the quiet wish that formed in your heart as you lay down to rest, the gentle hope that maybe, just maybe, you would feel their presence again, hear their voice, see their face, even if only for a moment. You did not ask for much, just a glimpse, just a moment, just something that would remind you that what you shared was still real, still alive in some way beyond what your eyes could see. And on some of those nights, you waited. You closed your eyes with that quiet expectation, your heart soft, your thoughts drifting toward them, wondering if this would be the night. But then morning came, and it felt the same. And you told yourself, maybe it's not meant to happen. So you stopped expecting. You stopped hoping as strongly. You allowed that quiet desire to settle back into the deeper parts of your heart, not gone, but hidden, not forgotten, but protected from disappointment, because you have lived long enough to know what it feels like to hope and not receive, and so you became careful, gentle with your own expectations. But listen to me now, slowly, carefully. Something was still unfinished, not in a way that brings pain, not in a way that keeps you stuck, but in a way that needed time, needed alignment, needed a moment where your heart could receive without confusion, without fear, without overwhelming emotion, because what you were longing for was not just a memory, it was a connection. And connection, my child, must come at the right time, in the right way, when your spirit is ready to experience it as peace, not as loss. Those nights you waited, they were not ignored. Those quiet hopes, they were not dismissed. They were heard, but I held them gently. I allowed them to rest because I was preparing something that would not leave you feeling empty afterward, something that would not stir pain more than comfort, something that would meet you in a way that feels whole. Pause here with me. Let this truth settle within you. If you remember those quiet hopes, type I am ready now. Let it be your soft acceptance that this moment is different. My beloved, there are moments in life that cannot be forced, moments that must come when your heart is steady enough to receive them as a gift, not as a reminder of what is missing. You have grown. You have carried years of experience, of understanding, of quiet strength. And now you are not the same person you were in those earlier nights of waiting. Now, you are ready to experience something without fear of it slipping away, ready to feel something without it reopening wounds, ready to receive something that brings peace instead of longing. And that is why this moment matters. Because what felt unfinished before, what felt like a door that never opened, what felt like a hope that quietly faded, is now being gently brought back, not as a repeat of the past, but as a completion, a soft closing of something that once remained open within you. So do not look back at those nights with disappointment. Look at them with understanding, because what you hoped for then was simply waiting for now. And tonight, my child, that unfinished feeling is moving toward completion in a way your heart will finally understand. The connection you thought was lost is not gone. It has only been waiting for the right moment, waiting quietly, patiently, without forcing itself into your life, without disturbing your days, without overwhelming your heart before you were ready to receive it in a way that brings peace instead of pain. My beloved, what you shared, what you felt, what you still carried deep within you, did not disappear with time. It changed. It became quieter. It moved into a place within you that is not always visible, but always present. And because it became quiet, you began to believe it was gone. You told yourself, that time has passed. You told yourself, that connection belongs to the past now. You told yourself gently, carefully, so you would not feel the weight of it too strongly, that what you once felt so deeply was no longer something you could experience again. And in doing so, you protected your heart. You gave yourself a way to move forward, to live your life without constantly reaching for something that felt out of reach. But listen to me now. Slowly, softly, it was never taken from you. It was never removed. It has only been waiting for a moment where your heart could receive it again, not as loss, not as longing, but as comfort, as peace, as something that reminds you of love without reopening the ache of absence. Because if it had come to you too soon, if it had reached you when your heart was still heavy with grief, still fragile with emotion, it would not have felt gentle. It would have felt overwhelming. So I allowed it to rest. I allowed it to stay just beneath the surface, close enough to remain real, but quiet enough to not disturb your healing. And as you continued your life, as you carried your responsibilities, your not hers, more six, Igori Sexon, something within you began to change, slowly, quietly, in ways you may not have even noticed. You became steadier. You became softer in a different way. You became ready without realizing it. Pause here with me. Let this truth come close to your heart. If you feel that connection is still alive within you, type asterisk, it was never gone. Ask, let it be your gentle recognition of what remains. My child, the connection you carry is not bound by what your eyes can see. It is not limited by time. It is not erased by absence. It lives in the way your heart remembers, in the way certain feelings return without effort, in the way love continues even when presence changes form. And now, this moment, this night, is different, because the connection that once felt distant, the one you quietly accepted as something you could no longer reach, is being allowed to come closer again, not suddenly, not forcefully, but in a way that feels natural, familiar, almost as if it never left, only softened its presence until now. You may not fully understand it. You may not have the words to explain it, but you will feel it. A sense of closeness, a gentle warmth, a quiet recognition that what you thought was gone is still with you, still able to reach you, still able to meet you in a way that brings peace instead of longing. So do not close your heart now. Do not push this feeling away, because what you thought was lost was only waiting. waiting for this moment, waiting for you. And tonight, my beloved, that connection is gently returning, in a way your heart will recognize without needing to question it. What happens when you sleep tonight may feel familiar, so gentle that you might almost mistake it for something you have experienced before. A memory, a dream, a passing image that your mind has created from what it already knows. My beloved, you have dreamed many nights. You have seen faces, heard voices, felt moments that seemed real for a second, only to fade when morning came, leaving behind a quiet feeling you could not fully explain. And because of that, you have learned not to hold on to dreams too tightly. You wake up, you continue your day, you tell yourself, it was just a dream, and you move forward, not allowing your heart to go too deep into what you experienced. You have become wise in this way, careful, balanced, protecting yourself from placing meaning where there may be none. But tonight this will feel familiar, yet different. Not because it will be louder, not because it will be overwhelming, but because it will carry something your heart recognizes instantly, something that does not feel imagined, something that does not feel distant or unclear. It will come in a way that feels calm, steady, real in a quiet way. The kind of real that does not need to prove itself, because your heart will already know. And I know, my child, part of you will still question it. You may wake and wonder, was that just my mind? You may pause and try to understand, did I create that feeling myself? That is natural. You have lived long enough to question what you cannot touch, to look for explanation before you allow belief. But what I am bringing to you tonight is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to comfort you, to meet you in that gentle space between memory and presence, where something deeper can be felt without needing to be explained. Because this time it will not leave you with emptiness. It will leave you with peace. Pause here with me. Do not rush this understanding. Let it come softly. If you are ready to receive this night without fear or doubt, type, I will receive it gently. Let it be your quiet preparation for what is coming. My beloved, the difference will not be in how it looks, it will be in how it feels. A calmness that stays with you even after you wake. A warmth that does not disappear quickly. A sense of closeness that does not feel like it came from imagination, but from something deeper. Something that touches your spirit rather than just your thoughts. You may not be able to describe it fully, you may not find the right words, but you will feel the difference in your heart. And that is how you will know, not through logic, not through explanation, but through peace. Because what I am allowing tonight is not meant to stir longing, it is not meant to reopen pain, it is meant to bring a moment of gentle connection, a reminder that what you carry within you is still alive in a way that can reach you, in a way that can meet you where you are now, not where you were before. So when you lay down tonight, do not carry expectation in a heavy way. Do not force your mind to search for it. Simply rest, simply allow, simply remain open without pressure. Because what is coming will not need effort, it will come naturally. And when it does, you will recognize it, not because it is unfamiliar, but because, my child, it feels like something your heart has known all along, only now. It arrives in a way that brings you peace instead of longing. Before this night ends, you may see a smile you have been longing for, not a distant memory, not something fading or unclear, but a presence that feels close in a way your heart has quietly been waiting for. My beloved, there is a reason this feeling has been stirring within you tonight, a reason your thoughts have been gently returning to them, a reason your heart feels softer, more open, more aware than usual. Because this night is not passing by like all the others, it is carrying something within it, something that has been prepared in silence, something that has been held gently until the right moment, something that now stands close enough to reach you, if you allow it. And I know, part of you feels it. that quiet anticipation, that gentle wondering, that soft pull in your heart that you cannot fully explain, but you recognize it is not loud, it is not overwhelming, but it is there, steady, present, like a whisper that keeps returning no matter how much you try to stay focused on other things. You have longed for that smile, not just to remember it, but to feel it again, to see it in a way that feels real, to experience that warmth, that familiarity, that sense of closeness that only they could give you. And even though you have learned to live without expecting it, even though you have taught yourself to accept that some things belong to the past, that longing has never fully left you. It has simply become quiet. But tonight it is rising again, not to bring you pain, but to meet you in a different way. Pause here with me. Let your heart soften just a little more. If you are ready to receive this moment without resistance, type "I am open to see." Let it be your quiet permission for what is near. My child, what is coming will not force itself upon you. It will not demand your attention. It will not break through a closed heart. It requires something gentle from you, something simple, something that does not take effort, but awareness. You must be open, not in a way that feels vulnerable or unsafe, but in a way that allows your heart to recognize what is being given. Because sometimes when something meaningful comes close, the mind questions it, the heart hesitates, and in that hesitation, the moment passes softly, unnoticed for what it truly was. And I do not want that for you. I want you to experience this fully, gently, peacefully. So as this night continues, as you move closer to rest, as your thoughts begin to slow and your body begins to relax, do not close yourself off. Do not distract yourself from that quiet feeling. Do not push it away because it feels unfamiliar. Stay with it. Stay aware of it. Stay open to it. Because before this night ends, something you have longed for, something you have carried within you for so long, is drawing near in a way that will not overwhelm you, but comfort you. A smile. Familiar. Warm. Recognizable. Not distant, not unclear, but close enough for your heart to feel it. And when it comes, do not question it too quickly. Do not pull away from it. Simply allow yourself to receive it, even if only for a moment, even if only in a way that feels soft and quiet, because that moment, my beloved, has been waiting for you, and tonight, it is finally close enough to reach you. Receive this gently. Do not rush into it. Do not try to understand it all at once. Do not place expectations on how it should feel or how long it should last. Just receive it as it comes, softly, quietly, in the way your heart is able to hold it. My beloved, what is coming to you tonight is not meant to overwhelm you. It is not meant to stir confusion. It is not meant to take you back into pain. It is meant to bring you peace, a peace you did not expect. Because for so long, when you thought about them, when their memory came close, it carried a mixture of emotions. Love, yes, but also a quiet ache, a sense of absence, a reminder of what is no longer physically there. And so, even when your heart wanted to feel close, part of you would pull back, protecting yourself from feeling too deeply. You learned how to balance it. You allowed the memories, but only to a certain point. You felt the love, but you held back from the depth of it, because you did not want the pain that sometimes followed. But tonight, this is different. What comes to you will not carry that same weight. It will not leave you feeling empty afterward. It will not awaken sorrow in a way that lingers. Instead, it will settle into your heart like something gentle, something calming, something that feels complete in a way you may not have experienced before. You may not even recognize it at first because you are so used to expecting a mix of emotions, but this time it will feel lighter, clearer, more peaceful. Pause here with me. Let yourself become still for a moment. If you are ready to receive this peace without fear, type, "I receive this peace now." Let it be your quiet acceptance of what is coming. My child, peace does not always arrive loudly. It does not always announce itself in ways that are obvious. Sometimes it comes in the smallest shifts, in the softest feelings, in a moment that passes gently but leaves something behind, something that stays with you even after the moment itself has ended. And that is what will happen tonight. What you experience may be brief, it may be subtle, but what it leaves within you will remain. A calmness, a reassurance, a sense that something within you has settled, something that no longer feels restless, something that no longer feels unfinished. And you may wake, not fully able to explain what happened, not fully able to describe it in words, but you will feel it, a quiet peace, a softness in your heart, a sense that what you needed, even if you did not fully understand it, has been given to you in a way that fits you perfectly. So do not resist it. Do not question it too quickly. Do not try to analyze every detail. Simply receive it, the way you would receive a gentle touch, the way you would receive a quiet moment of comfort, without needing to control it, without needing to define it. Because what is coming to you tonight is not meant to be understood with your mind. It is meant to be felt. And that feeling, my beloved, will bring you a peace that does not fade when the moment passes, a peace that stays with you, a peace that gently reminds you that what you carry in your heart is still able to reach you in the most unexpected, yet most comforting way. Type Amen if your heart is open to receive this peace tonight. Comment, "I receive," and allow this blessing to enter your life.